Hello, everyone. My name is Genevieve, and welcome to the Understanding by Design Stage 3 template. This is the third and final video of the Understanding by Design series. I hope you enjoy. The third stage of the UbD template is focused on creating learning activities and experiences for students. The final stage of UbD should link the elements of stage 1 and 2. As a review, Stage 1 focused on the desired results of the learning unit. Stage 2 focused on how we would provide evidence of deep understanding and essential knowledge and skills. The elements of Stage 3 are developed from the 7 foundational design principles, known as the acronym WHERE-TO. W, where, when developing course material, we should help the students understand what direction we are taking with the course material. H, initially hooking the student to engage the learner in the course material. When students are hooked on material, they are excited to learn the material. E, when we equip students, we are providing the students with the resources and understanding of unit expectations. R, as students learn the material, they should be provided opportunities to revise their progress and rethink the big ideas. E, evaluates a critical part of instructional planning because it allows the students to evaluate and self-assess based on developmental assessments. T, students come from many backgrounds and tailoring the course to fit the diversity of the class. O, develop and organize the course in such a way that it allows for optimal participation with alignment with the goals and understandings developed in Stage 1 and 2 of the UbD by Design. In the first section of Stage 3, we will focus on creating learning objectives based on the SMART learning model: specific, measurable, attainable, results focused, and time focused. This portion of Stage 3 will help students understand the direction of the unit expectations, and the various educational backgrounds and interests that the learners bring to the course. In this section, you will clearly describe the learning expectations and encourage student inquiry. In the relevance section, we will focus on the personal and educational gains that the student will acquire from learning the unit material. This will help the student understand the big picture of the course topics, unit and transfer goals. The relevance sections will help students define the KWL strategy of what they want to know, what the student knows, and what they have learned. In the diagnosis section, the course designer will use the KWL practice discussed in the relevance section to examine the methods of determining what a student knows, wants to know, and what they want to learn. The diagnosis section will also define how you would check for learning misconceptions. The hook and hold section is a critical piece of the Stage 3 template because it defines how you engage the learner. In other words, the steps that you're going to take to get the student excited to learn about the subject material and take a deeper dive into the course content. The following are examples of how we can hook and hold the interest of the learner. Ask thought-provoking questions that encourage the learner to think outside of the box. Provide a personal connection to the subject material. Present counterintuitive examples. The hook and hold section is meant to be introduced at the unit's start so students are proactively engaged in the course material. In the technology section, you will define the technological tools you will use to engage your learners. Examples of technological resources would be things such as Flipgrid, Quizlet, and Google Classroom. In the Experience and Explore area, we design the elements of how learners will be equipped to uncover the meanings and deep understandings and transfer goals of the course material. According to Wiggins and Matai, the course designer should not just cover course content, but also find ways to make the learning experience meaningful and transfer the content to outside the designed unit. As students learn course material, the student should consistently be revising and rethinking their understanding of the material. In the Rethink and Revise area, we focus on how students will rethink, revise, and refine. The following are ways that the course designers can help students rethink by doing the following exercises. Play devil's advocate, conduct research, consider new information, shift perspective, and confront surprises/anomalies. The following exercises provide learners a chance to revise/refrain. Peer critiques, self-assessment, drafting and editing sessions. In the reflect and self-regulate section, the course designer will create activities that encourage self-reflection and further development of metacognition. Examples of reflective activities are the following: journal, frequent self-checks, and think alouds. The evaluative criteria will assist the students with frequent feedback known as formative assessment to continue to develop and improve the progress in the student's pursuit of unit mastery. Examples of formative assessments are low-stakes quizzes, self-assessments, and peer evaluations. Formative assessments can be done during classes through the use of learner response systems and paddles or whiteboards. This type of formative assessment can immediately engage the student and provide progress of how the student is progressing with the course material and allow the student to recognize their strengths and weaknesses with the course content. No matter how narrow your subject matter is, you will likely have students from various backgrounds. That's why it's critical to design a course to tailor the course to work with a variety of student backgrounds without sacrificing the goals developed in stage 1 and 2 of understanding by design. Various learning backgrounds are based on a variety of knowledge, skills, interests, and academic abilities that the student brings to the course. Course designers can use the 6 facets of understanding introduced in stage 2 to provide evidence of understanding to create learning activities tailored to students' diverse backgrounds. It is important to note that it is impossible to offer all the options for diversifying your material. Therefore, when designing course content to fit your students' needs, it's essential to focus on exercises that will encompass most of your students' backgrounds. Finally, in the organized portion of UBD, we focus on how the course designer will organize their course. Stage 3 breaks the organized section into 5 areas: learner-centered strategies, organized to be authentic, meaning the experiences will encourage the student to solve real-world problems, organized to creativity and higher order skills and mental habits of mind. This is based on the 16 habits of mind and how our unit will be organized to assess students' learning and use of effective technology and analyzing data. That concludes stage 3 of the UBD template. Thank you for taking the time to view this tutorial.